Hey, yes, this works. All right, this works. So I can see you guys now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you got sound? Got sound? Sound is good. Sound is good. Sound is good. Oh, thank you, Lord. The challenges of the scope. Yay! Welcome back. Welcome back. So for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, I know it says number 3. Number 2 is gazilch. There was no sound, so it didn't work. So it says number 3 right now. This is the one that works. We are continuing our conversation on the best moisturizers for low porosity hair. And really quickly, my name is Abena Palmore, licensed natural hair stylist in the Bronx, New York. I'm also on YouTube at Embrace Natural Beauty, on Instagram at embrace_natural_beauty, on Twitter and Periscope at Embrace N for Natural Beauty, and on Facebook at Embrace Natural Beauty. So you can find me in all those various social media platforms, or you can book an appointment with me at styleseat.com/Abena Palmore. Abena Palmore is spelled ABENAPALMORE. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, and welcome back for all of you who came back. And this guy is going. And again, if I'm talking, if I don't block them, yeah, exactly. Block that fool, because we are respectful here. We are nothing but love and talking about how to care for our natural hair. That's what we do. We don't disrespect people. We don't call people names. We don't, none of that. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. So if I don't block them, you all are welcome to block any fools that come across this here, comment section with some stupidity, okay? So welcome back, and welcome to any new individuals who have joined us on the scope this evening. So when we last scoped, we put together a whole list of moisturizers that people have found to be very helpful for moisturizing specifically low porosity hair. So then I got a question of, well, how do you know if your hair is low porosity, or how do you know if it's low or high porosity? And so what I'd like to do in this second portion of the scope is to share with you how you can better identify that. And if Rita is on, or Michelle is on, any one of my regulars, if you can keep me on task, I would like to keep this one at 30 minutes as well, so that we can also have the opportunity of uploading the replay on YouTube, okay? All right, so with low porosity hair or with high porosity hair, one of the biggest factors that you're going to notice with your hair is frizziness and dryness. One of the first, thank you, Rita. One of the first indications that you are experiencing either high or low porosity hair is frizziness, and dryness. Those two things. Now, typically with normal porosity hair, all the products are designed to work for normal porosity hair, because your hair is on the average plane. Products are designed for you. Problem hair is hair that is not normal. So low porosity and high porosity have to have specialized products to work for them, or products that will work better for them because of the way that they're formulated. So for those who have low porosity hair, we experience difficulty absorbing moisture, and our hair is dry because as we're moisturizing it, it's only but so many spaces to get that moisture in, that by the time we're done styling, we only have like a portion of our hair is moisturized, a portion of that low porosity hair is moisturized. So over a period of time, we experience dryness, soon thereafter. With high porosity hair gets wet and it feels moist immediately, but if you don't style it in small sections quickly and lock that moisture in, seal that moisture in, you too will experience dryness, because the moisture gets in easily, but it also gets out easily. So high porosity hair is indicative of hair that's been damaged, most likely damaged from excessive, harsh styling techniques, or even using products or chemical processing like color processing. Anything that's harsh on the hair will eventually cause like some splits or some breaks in the hair shaft that leave a lot of spaces for moisture to get in, but no way to hold them, so they go right back out. So you're going to see frizz in those areas where the hair is not sealed, where it's not staying closed. Can the ends or on low porosity hair become high? Absolutely. And so you can have both high porosity and low porosity. In fact, you can have all three on your head. In fact, I'm sure, to a certain extent, I could potentially have, high porosity hair on the very ends of my hair, but I tend to keep my ends trimmed regularly, and so I don't tend to experience high porosity hair. But for most people, if you go for a longer period of time without trimming your ends and you notice your ends are always really bushy, most likely they've gotten to the part where they're so damaged that they're highly porous and it's hard to keep them moisturized. So that's when you're starting to experience what it's like to have I did say color treating or chemical processing of your hair can lead to it becoming highly porous, high porosity hair. So when your ends are really raggedy, that's because you've experienced some damage, you've experienced some split ends, so it's no longer able to stay closed and retain that moisture when you put the product on it. It's harder to retain moisture. So with both low porosity and high porosity, you're going to experience frizz and you're going to experience dryness. Why? Because it's hard retaining moisture, because on one end it's hard to get the moisture and on the other end it gets in but it leaves really quickly. So does that make sense for everyone? Is everyone clear, or do we have any questions? I was just about to block him, but all he did was say hello, so I'm going to leave it. Whenever I use products containing glycerin or aloe, the outer layer of my hair becomes hard. So Rita is specifying specific ingredients. My hair became more porous because of changing texture with the gray hair. Now with the gray hair, I know that's very resistant. So I'm thinking you experience more resistance with getting moisture in. And are you saying you're experiencing the opposite, Patricia? And Rita is saying that with her, I think you've identified your hair as low porosity, right, Rita? With her, she's experiencing products containing glycerin and aloe, that her hair becomes hard. And I'm sorry to hear that, because I know that there are some really good products that I use. Yes, Lopo. Specifically from the Wonder Curl line that contain both of those items, both of those ingredients. So have you had an opportunity? Because I always want to see, sometimes you lock in on a particular ingredient and you just avoid them. However, thank you so much for sharing that. Aloe has great pH balance. What I want to point out is sometimes we identify these ingredients, but I froze during explanation. It's okay. We're going to do a replay. It's okay. We're here. When it comes to certain ingredients, sometimes we identify them and then we try to stay away from products that contain them. But you also can find products that contain these things, but the way that they're formulated, the concentration levels are not as high. And so you don't experience the same thing. So I know a number of people, and I hope Kizzy was able to come back on here, because I remember there was a point in time when Kizzy said that all of these ingredients that were in like the Wonder Curl line. Thank you, Kizzy. How did Wonder Curl work for you? I'm very interested to know, because you're one who shared with me that you're very protein sensitive. You don't do well with coconut oil and you don't do well with all the ingredients I think just about were listed in the Wonder Curl products that I had been recommending, because they work so well for me, a lot of my clients, and a lot of you. So with Kizzy, I'd like to know, how did they work for you? Because those are some of the ingredients that she talks about. Oh, it was not good for a few days later. It looked good, but it was not good for a few days later. It was really hard. Thank you for answering. You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was really hoping to hear, a different story for her, because I have not had any. It's okay. Yeah, I really have not had any bad experiences with the Wonder Curl line. I know that some people just like other things better, but I haven't heard oh, it just didn't work, or it made my hair hard. This is the first one where I'm hearing that it actually made someone's hair hard, because I haven't experienced that. Love your hair, Delisha. I love it too, but you know what? It's too dry. It's really too dry in my low porosity section, but the rest of it's not so bad. Yes, most people love it. Yeah, that's why I felt so comfortable, recommending it, because anyone that I used it on, as far as my clients, every single texture, I had no problems with. Wonder Curl dried my hair terribly, says Wendy, sorry, I messed up your name. Could it be the amount of product you used, or the way that you used it too? And I don't know how you used it, because like I'm saying, I get certain results when I apply products on my clients. My clients go home and try and do the same thing. they don't get the same results. So it could also have something to do. Ah, hey girl, I have trouble moisturizing my hair. It never actually stays moisturized. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, so a lot of people find challenges. What I do, I pay a lot of attention to how your hair is responding. So if your hair is responding, I do seal it and stuff, but it's weird. Okay. It's weird. I do notice that, when I'm working with someone's hair, it depends on how it's responding. Okay. We need to speak English. If you're not speaking English, I don't know what you're saying, so you're off the scope. Excuse me, guys. So when I'm moisturizing someone's hair and I notice that it's looking like the product is just sitting on it, that doesn't mean the product is not working. It could just very well mean it's taking longer for your hair to absorb it. So I may find different ways, to get the moisture in using the same product, but just a different technique depending on how your low porosity hair responds to it. So some clients, what I'll do is I will wet the hair, completely saturate it and twist it up and just go across the whole bottom line and the next row and the next row all the way to the top. And then I'll come back, untwist it, add the moisturizer, twist it back up. Bottom row, next row, all the way up. And then come back and start to style, and the hair is soft. The hair is now, the moisture is now penetrated. Giovanni Weightless Moisturizer, leave-in aloe. I love it, but my hair becomes hard the next day. Now, see, that's interesting because Rita's saying her hair becomes hard the next day. I'm curious to know, when you use the leave-in, how are you styling it, number one? Are you putting anything on after that? Because it depends on your hair, like your curl pattern, your tightness sometimes. Like with my hair, I don't tend to leave my hair with just a leave-in or even a moisturizer. Very rarely do I use just a moisturizer and experience, softness. I'm experimenting with that. I'm starting to find that there are a couple, and I'm going to recommend them. When I use the aloe alone, my hair becomes hard the next day. Yeah, I get that problem with any moisturizer leave-in and then sealing. I find I get better results when I use a gel. And it's not that the gel is sealing it, it's holding the style. So you have your moisturizer and then it's holding the style, and so it keeps the hair, it keeps everything well defined, and so your hair doesn't become frizzy and the moisture is still in there, it's still nice and soft. So long as you don't use a hard gel. And so that's why I had switched to first Camille Rose, because I liked the way the gel felt, in comparison to Eco Styler. And then, later on in 2015, I moved to the Get Set Hair Jelly and the Wonder Curl Curl Control Styling Lotion. I get better results with a gel also. So yeah, and you know what, in the beginning, I'm a licensed stylist, and believe it or not, in the beginning, I was like, shoot, this gel is giving me good moisture retention. This gel is giving me good moisture retention. But it was after working with, thank you so much. It was after working with Scarlett of Wonder Curl, the creator of Wonder Curl, who really, these creators, these design developers really get into the ingredients when they're developing product. And so she's like, no, Bana, you don't get moisture from your gel. You're getting your moisture from your leave-in or your moisturizer. The gel is just holding. I'm like, I know that, but I was still thinking I'm getting moisture retention because of that gel. And so, but it's just like a styling technique. It really helps to hold everything together. It's just like if you just put on, first time on your scope, great info. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Welcome, welcome. So it's just like if you do like an afro and you put your leave-in conditioner and you just pick it all out, I think after a while that fro is going to start to get a little frizzy. Although I don't do that. I'm just saying that I don't typically see the fro go a long distance without restyling or reapplying any product. But when you style it, if you do a braid out, twist out, or if you do, like your wash and go, I find that my curls also need gel because my hair remains too soft. Patricia, I didn't get the rest of that because I was talking. But yeah, there's just something about when you apply product on top of product, and it's called not just product application, it's called layering. Hair is always in an afro, even if I try to twist out. Okay, Camille Rose Curl Maker is becoming a staple for you as I guess as a sealer. What about oil after applying the gel? And I find that it works either way. You can do the gel before your you can do the oil before the gel, or you can do it after. I think some people feel more comfortable doing it one way or the other. How often do you recommend washing your hair? And my hair needs gel for hold, and I would have to redo it by day 3. Oh, okay, Patricia. I recommend washing your hair depending on your lifestyle. If you are very active with cardio, if you're doing a lot of, running, marathon running, or cardio in the gym, yoga, anything where you're sweating in your scalp, then you may want to wash your hair twice a week. But for the average person who's not doing all that, like I said, English on my scope, okay? Because I don't know what you're saying, you gone. So when you are, I think my phone is going to let me know when it's time to end this scope because it's telling me I've got 10% battery. Sorry, guys. So with washing your hair, I always recommend once a week. Our bodies, we wash every single day. Our hair is an extension of our bodies. So once a week is decent for washing your hair. Did you already cover how to tell the hair is low porosity? I sure did, Wendy. I opened up, dag. I don't know who these people are. I opened up the scope with that information, so when we do the replay, or I invite you to watch the replay so you can get that, because I really went in extensively with that. Yeah, there are a lot of trolls. Thank you. So, yeah, I think I was talking about cleansing, and you use Not Today, then Shea Moisture Curl and Style Milk, then seal with oil and protect the ends with shea butter. Oh, okay. So what Rita's doing, she's telling us what she uses. I wash once a week and refresh on day 4. Once a week and refresh on day 4. That sounds good, Patricia. That sounds good. Especially if you have low porosity hair. Thanks. I thought I was over washing. So then you must be washing, once a week? And you thought you were over washing? Because if it's once a week, that's certainly not over washing. Washing every day would be excessive, or every 2 days would not be necessary unless you really had a very active, lifestyle. I actually have a client who shared with me that she's in chlorine water every day. She's a swim instructor. So her regimen is different because of what she's doing, her lifestyle. Is co-washing good enough for washing once a week and shampooing once a month? Oh boy. Medium to high porosity hair. Okay. So with high porosity hair, again, you're just like low porosity. You have moisture retention issues, so you're going to want to do things to make sure you're reintroducing moisture to your hair, even if it means going every 4 days rather than waiting a full week, Patricia. You done asked the button question. We have about 10 minutes left, Beta. You go read us back. When it comes to, co-washing and shampooing, I'm so glad you touched on this, because we talked about, knowing that your hair is moisturized, and some people really think that it's the conditioner that's moisturizing your hair. I'm here to tell you, honey, your hair and your scalp is being moisturized when it's clean, and it's cleaned when you are cleansing it with a shampoo or something that contains a surfactant or a surface acting agent that is designed to lift and remove and make your hair feel stripped, because it is stripping and removing sweat, dirt, debris, and salts. If you are actively exercising and you start to feel sweat in your scalp may feel wet, but that doesn't mean your scalp is clean. Same thing with conditioner. You may feel like you got something on there, but that doesn't mean your hair or your scalp is clean. The conditioner is designed to condition, but you need to cleanse also. So it's very important that you clean your hair once a week. You're going to introduce moisture to your hair at a higher degree. You're going to introduce it to your hair, and you're also going to clean your follicles, keep your scalp clear so that your follicles are clear, and you don't create another condition on your scalp that you won't realize until years later when it's documented. I'm trying to keep you guys from being a part of a statistic that can eventually be, oh, all those people who were co-washing their hair, oh, their hair is falling out or they're losing their hair, but we didn't know until 10 years later. I don't want you to be a part of that. I have 4 years of consistently cleaning my hair and not drying it out. Shampoo is not going to dry out your hair. Shampoo is going to remove product so that moisture can get in. Put your conditioner on afterwards. That same soft conditioning you get by putting it on, you're still going to have that. But do it after shampooing, okay? Once a week. Once a week. That's my spiel. Hey, girl. Yeah, so I'm a huge advocate for shampooing, removing buildup and dead skin. Yes, and also clearing your scalp of potential fungus and bacteria buildup. If you are just piling on conditioner on your hair time after time, eventually you can develop, some type of bacterial or infection, and you don't want that. And I don't want to wait for the reports to come out. Just like we had to see, what traction alopecia became rampant in the African American community after years of wearing these weaves. We didn't see it initially, and everyone's running and doing these weaves, but then once we saw that traction alopecia, people are losing their hairlines. It's like, oh my gosh, what do we do to get our hairlines back? Well, you stop wearing weaves, or you stop wearing, tight braids on the weakest areas of your hair. You don't know these things while they're happening. You don't know that you're losing hair while you're losing it until it's become so thin that you're like, oh my gosh, why am I losing my hair? And then how do I get it back? Well, it's too late now because you've already created like a perpetual regimen where your hair is now responding, and now you're seeing the results of what you've been doing for months and years. Okay, so I don't want you guys to be a part of that statistic. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm trying to help people. Wash your hair. Use shampoo. My hair started coming out after 6 to 8 months of nothing but co-washing. Never again. And these are not the stories that I want to hear from us in the natural hair community. We didn't become natural because we became natural because we wanted to get away from chemicals. Those were the toxins. Those were the harsh things. And now that we're natural, everything is so scary. We were using shampoo when our hair was relaxed. The shampoo wasn't causing our hair to fall out. It was the relaxers that was causing people's hair to fall out. That was causing contact alopecia. So it's understanding what the harsh chemicals are and the toxins are, and not making that a part of, oh, stay away from shampoos because that's harsh on our hair. And these are things that are drying out our hair. They weren't drying out our hair when our hair was relaxed. It was the chemicals that were damaging our hair, the chemicals that were harsh on our body. So that's what we need to stay away from. We're natural now. These things are not toxic. No spray every night causes sprains. Thank you, Yolanda. Yeah, for those of you who feel like you have to spritz, you don't have to do anything except for clean your hair, clean and condition your hair, and properly, seal it. Thank you, ladies, for the update. When it comes to shoulds, like some people are like, should I pre-poo? Only if it helps. Should I spritz? Only if it helps. Should I shampoo my hair? Absolutely. You may not see the benefit of it, but I'm telling you, as a professional, you're not going to come into a salon and not get your hair washed. That is a part of cleansing and conditioning and grooming your hair like you groom your body. You have to cleanse and condition your hair, not just condition the hair. You don't get in the shower and just put on lotion. You put on soap, and then after you dry your body off, you put the lotion on. I'm sorry, I go off on a tangent with that. That's a sore spot because I don't want to see a whole lot of natural women losing their hair 5-10 years from now because they've stayed away from shampoos, afraid that it's going to strip their hair of natural oils, and it's absolutely not the case. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. All right, so ladies, love you so much. I understand that we're close to reaching the next 30-minute mark, and I just want to make sure that, all hearts and minds are clear. But we cannot cover every single topic. But at least I think your time is up. Okay, thank you, Rita. But at least this is something I do every week. So I'm always going to try and keep a consistent time with you guys. I do have to admit, in February, I have some crazy scheduling, some traveling going on, so I may have to adjust while I'm traveling, and I will give you a heads up about that. But for the most part, my scope is Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I will be here, and we'll have a topic, a theme that we'll talk about, but I'll also try to entertain other questions as we go. So what's next topic? I usually know the next topic on the day of, sometimes maybe a half an hour before I scope. I don't know. It just depends on what's going on. But if you have a topic, you guys are always welcome to share with me throughout the week a topic that's important to you. And if I see the same topic come up or enough, I will say, okay, this is important to you guys. I think that's what I'm going to do for the scope this week. So until next week, Sunday, may you all, continue to shampoo your hair, shampoo and condition your hair. Take care of your hair. Keep it in good condition and retain length, and enjoy your hair so that you embrace natural beauty. Enjoy, everyone. Have a great evening. It was great scoping with you guys. Take care. I love you all. Look forward to next week. Have a great week. Enjoy Atlanta. Atlanta is going to be February 19th. I'm going to be celebrating my birthday and attending the Bronner Brothers. So thank you for reminding me. And you'll continue to see all that. Great. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. Great scope. Love you all. Thank you so much, Rita. I appreciate every one of you. Have a great night and have a great week. Take care.